Thanks for the support as a channel member, Noah Wright. Well, I've been billing this up all season long as an end-of-season double-header facing Everton and Swansea, but we've actually got ourselves in the situation where we could get promoted even earlier than that. So it's Brentford and probably Everton, and maybe we won't even bother with Swansea because we might already be up by then. Hello and welcome to part 99 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have as many games as it takes for us to have a final league position confirmed. It's still possible for us to go up as champions. We do play Everton at home. We're 5 points behind them, but they have a better goal difference. So we need to win all three games and hope they also lose one of their other two games, and then we'll go up as champions. Swansea are kind of a non-issue at this point, unless we lose to both Brentford and Everton and then Swansea on the final day after they have won two consecutive matches. But they're bottling it harder than we were. It's not even as if we've been in phenomenal form to get to this point. We're still drawing more games than we've won. We go back like 14 games at this point. We've got 4 wins in 14 games, it's not promotion form, yet ridiculously it could be title winning form yet. I don't make the rules. I'm not forcing everyone else to play the way they are. It's not my fault. Let's go play Brentford. Brentford, by the way, down in 14th place. Absolutely nothing for them to play for. So I'm hoping they just let us beat them. If we beat them here, we're definitely up. We only have to win one more of our final 3 games to be guaranteed a promotion. And of course, a win also keeps us in that title race. So a win for us and a defeat for Everton, and things get very, very, very interesting. So we're going with Hardy in goal. A back four of Kongni, Kalic, Reed and Ansong, an Arnautovic and a Parasido in midfield, Scott Gilligan and Leonardo behind Lahif up front. We have started playing Amlang as our backup striker. He scored a goal was it in the last game or the one before? He scored a goal in the last game, but he's now picked up a slight knock, so he's not available for today, but should be back for those final 2 games of the season. Star rating wise, Amlang is now the best striker at the club. He's done a bit of a Mick Powell, level with Ryan Robinson, but Amlang, now a 4-star current ability, 5-star potential striker. He's still only 18 years old. Is he 18 or 19? Still only 18 years old. This lad is going to be a superstar. He's our striker for next year, regardless. I mentioned in the last episode how it wouldn't be a disaster if Lahif went this summer. I'm now looking at it thinking, we can get £10 million plus for Evan Lahif. And that's not unreasonable. I mean, he's the top scorer in the Championship. He's already got more than 30 goals with 3 games still to go. We should be looking at 10 to 15 million pounds for him. But we need to get him out the way, cash in on him now, because Amlang's our man next year, even if Lahif's still here. So the time for us to get value for Lahif is right now. He would be a nice man to have around as a backup to Amlang, because we know he's got goals in him. But, I mean, we're still a very small club. I don't think we can have a 10 to 15 million pound backup player luxury. Certainly, if we were to look at it from the point of view of would we spend 10 to 15 million pounds for a backup striker, even if we got promoted, the answer to that is absolutely not. Of course we wouldn't. So on that basis, if we get offered that kind of money for him, we should sell him. So that's the plan that's forming in my mind for the summer. And the other half of the plan is if we can sell him for big money, it then potentially gives us money to invest in maybe bringing an Arnautovic back permanently, maybe bringing Kalic in permanently, or Ricky Scott in permanently, or Robinson in permanently. They're all real long shots, but we can't have 4 Premier League loans next season. And we've got 4 Premier League loans who are regularly part of our team at the moment. Lahif is in there with his 34th goal of the season. I should probably focus on the task at hand rather than squad building for next season. You'll get enough of that in the transfer special, which as things stand is looking like being tomorrow, because if it ends as it is now, we're not going to need playoffs to get ourselves into the Premier League. How are Everton doing in their game? Everton drawing 1-1 with Birmingham. Birmingham are down in 13th place, so 1 place above Brentford. I mean, a draw is not a disaster by any means, but obviously we'd like Birmingham to pick up that win against Everton to put us in a position to go top of the league against them in the next match. And then this will be a rare triple header episode. They've done a triple substitution at half time. Brentford have either given up or are properly going for it. I don't think I've ever seen the AI do that before. But yeah, it's very rare for me to do 3 matches in an episode, but you know, needs must in situations like this. I'm only going to do it if we're still in with a chance of winning the league going into that Swansea game. I won't show the final game if it doesn't really mean anything. So we need Birmingham to be doing us a favour. We obviously need to hold on in this game. We're only 1-0 up. I'm talking as if we're 8-0 up and our name's already on the trophy, but we're a long way from that. Swansea are also playing at the moment. I haven't actually looked to see how they're getting on because it's kind of irrelevant. If we win, it doesn't matter what Swansea do. That was a disaster. Oh, and it's offside. I thought that hit the back of one of our players. That is a terrible piece of luck, followed by a huge stroke of good fortune. Leonardo clears it into one of their players that plays him through. I mean, I could tell I was barely paying attention that I thought that came off one of our players. It's pretty clear Leonardo gets away with one there massively. And we're going to bring Robinson on for Gilligan with 20 minutes remaining. Who else have we got down on the bench who can come on and make a difference here? Not really anybody for these wide areas where we seem to be struggling the most. We might just take Leonardo off and bring Hernandez on. Hernandez has played a few games out on this wing over the course of the season, usually as a substitute. But if Leonardo is in the kind of mood where he's going to make silly mistakes like the one we've just seen, let's get the captain on the pitch in that position. He's not as threatening going forward, but he's theoretically a safer option for situations like the one we've just seen. Brentford are really going for it, and they have now scored. And this does change things a little bit. It still won't be mathematically impossible for us to win the league, but if it ends like this, it's starting to look pretty improbable. And I think off the back of that, we've got to go attacking. We've got to go for it. We're going to take Ricky Scott off, and we're going to do something drastic. This is either a great idea or a terrible idea, and I guess we'll find out. But we are going proper old school. Those of you who've been around on this channel for a few years will remember what's happening here. This is our old tactic. This used to be the one. This used to be the thing. Right, we need to get you further forward than that. Get you up there, and then you're going to be that. And we're going for it. We are going for it. Let's show some passion. Let's try and grab a goal. We're also cheering on Birmingham at the same time. But it has got Santos on. We've got 2 strikers up front now. Birmingham's still drawing away against Everton. And we weren't able to get the breakthrough. Well, that made no difference making that change. It's we were unlucky. I think we probably have still secured promotion. So it's not all bad. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on behind us. I was only looking upwards. So it looks like promotion isn't mathematically there yet. So Swansea must have won their game, presumably. Where are Swansea? No, Swansea drew as well. Okay, so it's a 6-point gap. We've got the goal. We're all but there. But that 5-point gap between Everton and us is a big one. Although obviously it makes the last day very, very interesting if we can beat them now. Well, boys and girls, here we go then. What is almost certainly the final game ever at Abbey Lawn. And what a game it is. A draw and they win the title and we get promoted. I think every single person in the ground will leave happy with a draw. And we are very much draw specialists at the moment. But we can't get away from the fact if we were to beat them, then we've got a chance at winning that title. And that would be spectacular. Everton are already up. They know they're a Premier League team next season. I can only hope that the silverware doesn't mean that much to them, so we can nick one against them and really make it interesting going into that last day of the season. Swansea, who we do need to be vaguely aware of what they're up to, because there is still a chance they could nip in and spoil our fun. They're away against Hull. Hull are down in 18th place. Swansea, an almost guaranteed win, but as long as we don't lose, it doesn't matter what Swansea do. And even if we lose and they win, we've still got them to play on the final day and a massive goal difference in our favour. So it's all about just trying to win today, trying to get ourselves the title. So the team, at Abbey Lawn for almost certainly the very final time, because we can't take this ground into the Premier League. It's Hardy in goal. A back four of Cogney, Kjalic, Cruz and Ansong. Arnautovic and a Parasido in midfield. Scott, Robinson and Ziyech supporting Lahif up front. Amlang is fit enough to sit on the bench. Not necessarily fit enough to play, but goodness me, is he going to sit on the bench? I think it would be quite nice to have the striker who's going to lead us into Europe be the final goal scorer here at Abbey Lawn. But the place should be absolutely heaving. The whole ground is going to be singing all day long because, I mean, everyone leaves here a winner. Unless Everton beat us 5-0, we all leave here happy. Right, what should we say? I don't want to put too much pressure on. We're just 1 point. I don't want to mention the Premier League to them. I expect nothing but a win from this match to keep our good run of form going. That has motivated them. Let's get out there and do the absolutely unthinkable, the utterly remarkable. Let's go out there and take Bourne Town Football Club to the Premier League. It's only taken us 15 years from picking this team up in Tier 10 to being on the cusp of greatness. And it's Ansong with the long throw opportunity. He hurls it into the penalty area. And we've hit the post. Was that Lahif? We hit the post. Abbey Lawn is absolutely packed out with like the 4,000 people we can fit in here, or 5,000 or whatever it is. But hopefully they're not all Everton fans. I'd like to think the locals have turned up for this. Again, I've said it before in this series. I live 10 miles away from Bourne. I've never been to a Bourne match. Wouldn't consider myself a Bourne fan, or wouldn't before all this. But you can be damn sure if this was going on in real life, I would do everything I could to be there today to see this team on the cusp of the Premier League. People are already texting me messages. I better close my laptop so that we don't get any more messages through, because that's just unprofessional. I don't want to spoil our moment with text messages. Right. What can we say? We've been the better team. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine. What are Swansea doing in their game? Swansea... Oh, it doesn't matter at the moment. Cogney's got a throw. Another big, long throw into the area. Swansea must be drawing in their game as well, because they're still 6 points behind. We are at absolute maximum capacity. 5,550. 1,388 of them are Everton fans. This is the most Bourne fans that we've ever squeezed into Abbey Lawn, which is a very, very fitting final match here. Ansong plays it into a Parasido. This is our first highlight from open play, I think. My phone's now ringing. Do people know something that I don't? Lahif's in. Oh, it's offside. We were so close. I mean, it's giving us a little taste of what might be. Let's just keep going. They're uninterested. Everton are uninterested in what's going on. This is our big opportunity. My phone won't stop ringing. I don't know. I'm not answering the phone while all this is going on. That's a ridiculous suggestion. Right, what can we do? Oh, my palms are sweating. Doesn't help that it's a hot day. Oh, no. Oh, lovely defending from Ansong. He should have been our right back all year long. I was trying to tell you all, but you just wouldn't have it. Right, let's have 10 minutes of passion. Oh, an Everton corner. This is not what we want to be seeing happening. It's cleared by Arnautovic, and here's Scott breaking away with the ball, finds Lahif. Lahif, very, very slow to turn, but in actual fact, he's done quite a good job of holding the ball up to allow Scott time to catch up with him. We've got a penalty. It is a penalty to Bourne. 68 minutes on the clock. A penalty to put us ahead against champions-elect Everton and get us one step closer to something ridiculous. Lahif steps up and scores number 35 of the season for Evan Lahif. What a signing he's been. Arguably my greatest immediate impact signing I've ever made. He was a free transfer and has come in and scored 35 goals in a championship promotion season. That's what you call a value signing. Goodness me. Right, Ricky Scott is not playing well. We have no one to come on for him. Likewise with Ziyech. Cogney, I mean, I don't really want to bring Lastra on. I'm looking down at that bench. The only player I want to bring on is Amlang, but I don't really have anyone to bring him on for. And what I will do is take off Aparecido, bring on Hernandez in midfield. Just swap those two over and get the old band back together in central midfield. And that will do for now. We'll just keep an eye on fitness levels. But let's just keep our best players out there for as long as we possibly can. We don't need to be changing too many things up. We'll keep Amlang in our locker for if we need to go 2 up top to try and grab a goal. What a save by Alan Hardy. He's getting close, boys and girls. It's coming. If he secures us the title, you all know what's happening next. Robinson running away with the ball. We're breaking clear. Again, it's a counter-attack for Bourne through Robinson. He's got 2 Everton players with him, but neither of them can get the ball off him. Ansong now. And the move kind of breaks down, but that's fine. We don't need to see loads of attacking moves and things going on at the moment. Right, Lahif's going to come off. We're going to bring Amlang on. We're just looking at everybody's fitness levels. I think we are going to bring Lastra on for Cogney now, just because Cogney is both tired and the lowest rating on the pitch. So we'll make that change. Just hold on, lads. At this point, just hold on. This is something absolutely incredible, because both Bourne Town and Everton are going to be in the Premier League next year. We are all 5,500 people all singing at the top of their lungs. But the really interesting scenario that result has created is we now go into the final day of the season against a team who are going to be devastated at finishing 3rd, knowing that we have a chance of winning the title. Everton have now lost. And we've got a £30 million transfer budget for next season. Holy smokes. I didn't expect to get that immediately. It's not much of a wage budget increase, but 30 million to spend on players. Tomorrow is going to be interesting, but I can't think about tomorrow. Tomorrow is transfers, and tomorrow is going to be fun. 30 million pounds to spend tomorrow, but all eyes on this last day of the season now. We've been unbeaten for a long, long, long time. Can we do the unthinkable and win the title? Here we go then, boys and girls. Final game of the season. Final time in the Championship for us for now. I mean, there's always the chance we're going to get relegated straight down again, because £30 million and a £500,000 million transfer budget, it doesn't fill me with confidence. It's got to be said. It's not an incredible amount of money, is it? But this is the team that is going to be going out here for the final time to try and push us over the finish line and win us the league. And we're going with Hardy in goal, Cogney, Kalic, Cruz and Reed at the back, and Nautovic and Aparecido in midfield, Scott, Robinson and Ziyech behind Lahif up front. This is an Alan Hardy who's just signed a new 4-year contract. He wanted more money, so he's been given more money. Ziyech, same thing, asked for more money. Has he actually signed the new deal yet? He has a new £30,000 a week contract that he's about to sign as one of the key players as part of the promotion. And anyone who wants one can have a new contract. These are my boys. And then we're going to go and try and sign some of them permanently as well, particularly this guy. Proper, you know how we had the homegrown heroes last year? Born and bred. That's what our boys are this year. How's it taken me 100 episodes to come up with that? But Dinko Arnautovic, don't care that he's Serbian and play games for other people. He came here at 18. He's born and bred. I imagine he must be on... How is he not homegrown at club? Because he had that 6 months away at Leicester. Ridiculous. Hopefully it will come through at the end. He's not even due it. He's not even going to get it. Ridiculous. Right. Let's try and win the league. It's not a disaster if we don't. We're already in the Premier League. This is all for a bit of fun and a little bit of silverware. I've just had a war of words with Kevin Prince Boateng, who's the Swansea manager. He has got a proper grump on that we've nicked this from him, and he's got to go through the playoffs now. Right, I expect nothing but a win to keep our good run of form going. That team talk worked against Everton. Hopefully it works again today. So Everton are playing Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday need a win to be sure of being in the playoffs. They have a lot more to play for than Everton have, because let's face it, Everton aren't going to care whether they win the title or not. They're Everton. They've won loads of stuff over the years. This would be the biggest thing we've ever won if we manage to win the Championship. Potentially the biggest thing we do win for the next 10 years. Because, as we all know, the jump from Championship to top half of the Premier League is roughly the same size as the jump from Tier 10 to Tier 2. We're looking at another 10, 12 seasons before we're a proper like Champions League dominating team. It takes a while to work your way up the Premier League. And here is Lahif on the right hand side, free kick coming in, and Cruz is there and puts us 1-0 up. Everton, I think, are still drawing in their game, so as it stands, it's still not enough to put us top of the league right now. We need Everton to lose. Just the draw is not going to be enough. In fact, is even a defeat for Everton going to be enough, or are they winning now? I can't keep up. Can we? Are Everton winning? Everton must be winning. That's Lahif's got number 36. The only way that I can understand there's still a 2-point gap at the top. Everton must be winning against Sheffield Wednesday. So this might all be for nothing, unless there's a late turnaround. I need to look at that. Look at the scores. Everton are winning. That's why I was very confused, because I was pretty sure we could win the title. But obviously we are relying on a big favour from Sheffield Wednesday, and there doesn't seem to be one forthcoming at the moment. What we need is QPR and Villa to start putting some pressure on behind them, so Wednesday start to panic a little bit, because if they know they're getting into the playoffs regardless, what motivation have they got to go all out against Everton? But that's exactly what we need them to be doing. Everton have had a missed penalty in their game as well, and it's now 2-0 to Everton, and it's looking like the title is gone or going. There's so many times on that long unbeaten run that had so many draws in it, so many times where just one goal here or there, and we'd have won the title. But we can't be disappointed after the season we've had. We're in the Premier League next year. We've hit the big time. The money is flowing. We've got to be happy, even if it is a little bit, just a touch, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of disappointment right at the very end, because we know how close we got. Sheffield Wednesday have got a goal back. This could be the most backdooringest of backdoor Kev moments ever if Sheffield Wednesday come back into this game and find a way to beat Everton. As it stands right now, Sheffield Wednesday are not making it into the playoffs. They have a reason to try and beat Everton now, because they're not getting into the playoffs as things stand. We're 3-0 up. We're doing our bit. We just need Sheffield Wednesday to want the playoffs enough to come back and find a way past Everton. We saw in that last game, Everton were switched off. They were uninterested. They don't care. They've made it back to the Premier League. That's all their goal ever was. Let's get Amlang on. Let's try the young lad up front again alongside Lahif. It's very unlikely they'll play together next season, obviously, because Premier League and all that, but we can give them 20 minutes together today. Imagine if Sheffield Wednesday do make it back in, but we now throw this game away with silly tactical decisions like that. That was lovely from Robinson, the way he just walked past his player there. And Arnautovic plays it out to Cogney on this left-hand side, cuts it back to Arnautovic again, who finds Scott. Arnautovic in space. It's a good save from the Swansea goalkeeper. But we don't really care what's going on here at the moment. Obviously, it'd be nice to keep on scoring. This is why we need picture-in-picture for moments like this. I ask for it every year. I want the Everton-Sheffield Wednesday game on. I want it on half the screen. It would be filling the whole screen at the moment. We'd have our game in the corner, because that's the game that really matters at the moment. Can we send a few players to Sheffield to help them out? It won't help because they're playing in Liverpool. Send a few players to Liverpool to help Sheffield Wednesday out. Scott skips past his player and plays it in beautifully for Lahif, and there's number 37 for the season for Evan Lahif. What a player. What a goal scorer that man is. My word, he's good at doing a football. And Arnautovic is getting better and better all the time. He just runs that midfield now. And that is a superb through ball from Scott. An excellent finish from Lahif. Where was that finishing in some of these games where we've needed goals recently? Lahif seems to have re-emerged over the last 2 or 3 games. Interestingly, ever since Amlang scored in one of his early games. Ever since it was clear that Amlang actually might be pretty good, Lahif stepped up his game again. I think he spent the first half of the season seeing off the £2.5 million Santos, who probably at this point has to go down as a flop, but felt he'd done that, so wasn't bothered anymore. But now a new pretender to his throne has emerged, and he's turned it on again. He obviously just needs constant competition. Perhaps we do keep both of them around. Still 2-1 between Everton and Sheffield Wednesday. 12 minutes remaining. Kalic makes it 5. This is easy. This is Premier League born. I mean, Swansea won't go up now. There's no way they recover from this for the playoffs. The disappointment they had going into this game, to now be absolutely smashed in it. Swansea are done. They can try again next year. But have Sheffield Wednesday got it in them to do us a favour? That's all we ask. One enormous favour. Let's get Ansong on. He deserves to be on the pitch. He's been excellent in this run, and he's played like the last 10, 15 games of the season, establishing himself as our right back. Still no goal for Sheffield Wednesday. They're leaving it too late, I fear. Even an equaliser is not enough. They've got to score twice, and it seems pretty unlikely to score twice against the team that are almost certainly now going up as champions. It does mean Sheffield Wednesday miss out on those playoffs. But, I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. If you've watched Non-League to Legend this year, you know it's not necessarily all over, even though we've not had the trophy presentation. But I suspect it probably is all over. And, I mean, we can't complain. We've just got 90 points in a championship season. We've made it into the Premier League. We've got £30 million to spend. And we've got a player who's just scored 37 goals in the championship. Ridiculous. What a crazy, crazy world. This is going to be some transfer window tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.